If Sniper comes online and joins the team fights really early for that extra Ember Spirit, once again out farming the Zeus, but they should be going just about equal as long as Zeus can keep contesting those runes. And over on bottom lane, Crystal Maiden this time around, she did step out of position. King making sure to keep getting rid of those trees so Hoodwink can't quite pin him to a tree, but over on top, Shad is getting dived on, trying to hold his own, and even with the Zeus ultimate, it is gonna end up being a double kill for the side of Resty and get maximum GPM, because Satanic aka King is gonna be out farming him quite soon with that Luna, already having 1 point in the glaives, only scaling harder as the game goes on. Rue wanted some solo XP on the mid lane, gets dived by the Ember Spirit though, and Ember Spirit ends up securing the kill. Atlantic still harassing the Zeus as much as he can. The Gale from the Venomancer misses, and so will the Bushwhack. FN still trying to hold his own, but they are trying to run down FN with no mercy as the Ember has one more chains. Just enough to get the kill. Handsken once again taking it. Sure enough, I mean, Sniper is going to be going for a Mask of Madness as well to just try and jungle up as much as he can. Speaking of the Sniper, he is going to get tower dived by the Tiny and the Darkseer. Shad, though, this time around, he can hold his own with the Shrapnel and a bit of healing left. As that's going to be one dead. Tiny galed up, and that's going to be a double kill for Pablo as Aztecor just teleporting for his life. Shad and rest farmers look to make a rotation onto King. It is just a Luna kill, but Luna, well, not yet catching up, is still the second biggest Ember Spirit. Meanwhile, on mid, setting up the Zeus for death as Zeus gets bushwhacked, gets ulted by the Hoodwink, but Hoodwink ends up baiting in the Ember as a Crystal Maiden is sitting next to the Zeus. Will freeze him up under the tower, and with the Zeus ultimate, Ember Spirit made short work of before Atlantic could jump out. Crystal Maiden still in a lot of danger as the Sniper comes in looking for kills. Shad will gladly take another one down. Got a decent bit of damage all, because they are kind of all in the 5v5 aspect. On the side of Yellow Submarine, there's an Avalanche Toss initiation on the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit, however, ends up not quite going down, will make his way out of there as Tiny not quite so lucky. Ember Spirit did still tick down, but Darkseer went down, so did the Tiny, and now Luna gets caught in an attempt to go for more. Sniper ultimate once again coming out, and King, boom, ultra kill for Shad with one ultimate after the next. The only one surviving is Zeus, but Rue gets caught with a blink dagger from the Dragonite. As Dragonite, he is doing an excellent job of keeping the Sniper alive. Rue still tanking through everything on that Zeus with just a sliver of health. Shad, though, he wants the team wipe. Can he get it? The Shrapnel connects, giving Shad yet another kill. Tiny wants to go for the follow-up kill, but there's Dragonite for the save once again, together with the rest of his team. King still farming the enemy jungle. Will be caught by the Hoodwink once. Hoodwink, however, gets jumped by Rue, but guess what? Here's Atlantic with the BKB. Luna ultimate comes out. It does just get tanked by everybody, but at least it allows Luna to teleport out, whereas Rue is not quite so lucky. They save their carry from the side of Yellow Submarine in an amazing disengage, but Shad really wants to be able to hit heroes. Like the Crystal Maiden there, but Crystal Maiden gets herself back in time. This is why I'm a fan of even building the Aghanim Scepter on the Sniper carry. You can just go for that extra stun in order to set people up for that earlier, but there's the Dragonite once again doing an excellent job of just keeping Shad alive. Shad also makes sure to just get himself out of the walls, because as you can see, the Darkseer illusion was... And Dragonite takes the opportunity to catch Rue. Rue instantly saved with the Eul Scepter though. Atlantic trying to set them up for more. Is just poking them a bit while reducing a lot of magical damage coming through. There's the Hoodwink nuke. More Stay of Fists coming out. But no tower push happening as they don't want to reveal their Sniper. But Darkseer gets caught. Gets assassinated. Bursts down to half health. Caught again with a Clive here. Follow-up Clive. They don't see the Ember Spirit to contact. Sniper has so much damage. He will force out the Luna ultimate, try to make short work of King, and Handsken survives with a sliver of HP. Zeus still grabs the kill with his ultimate, but FN, even with that kill, the GGs are out. And Yellow Submarine unable to get to that timing. They were just too far behind, too early. And 25 you need, so a lot. As for King, he has a long road ahead of him coming online, especially against the Gyrocopter, who will be joining the fight super early on, so then in that sense it'll be a repeat of last game. But Pablo, he manages to get the first blood on the Faces Wide support, and that's huge, as now as Keeper of the Light also just kind of chilling, farming jungle, not really too phased by potential support gangs. That looks like missing was called in time. And the only thing that's going to be happening over on mid so far is a courier kill, but Aztecor, for diving for that courier kill, he will be blown up by Atlantic, and that's the lead Keeper of the Light has been looking for. As Keeper of the Light, of course, a very XP-dependent hero, and without having the lead in terms of XP, doesn't really do much during the lane just yet. So now Keeper of the Light finally online. Whereas Kunka, with 3 people this time around, he's gonna be dived. And Atlantic takes yet another kill, trying to eat, where if you die and give the enemy that huge comeback gold, the game can very much still crumble. But they're trying to get the Gyrocopter to a point where he simply cannot die, no matter how much resources are committed onto him. And if Shad gets to that point, then it's just gonna be GG, as 3000 gold lead, Aztecor on top lane will be killed off with Xibbe's burst damage, and Keeper of the Light helping him by amplifying it as Faces Wide. Big amount of farming speed from the Aghanim Scepter as soon as possible. So for Shad, really the mission is don't die before the Aghanim Scepter, which with an IO is very much possible. That is one of the reasons why IO is such a popular pick, but it looks like teleports are coming in over to the mid lane, and IO will be bringing the Gyrocopter along to kill off FN with an instant rocket barrage as Faces Wide went for the Chronosphere, but is instantly gonna be punished with the Stampede from the Centaur, rocket barrage to take the kill, and Gyrocopter just teleporting back out like it's nothing. He says goodbye. Centaur War Runner doesn't quite get caught by the Dragon Knight, as Dragon Knight will be caught with the Orc though, and with that extra damage amplification from the Keeper of the Light, look at how much burst FN takes to the face. FN still alive as a 4-man Chronosphere comes out, but Keeper of the Light still had the heal for himself and his team, as King with the Chronosphere does absolutely nothing, with everybody just full healing back instantly. Double kill for Atlantic. 38 damage as Aztecor, running for his life, will be caught by Xibbe with a Dark Willow behind him to force him to run the other way. Go for the stun up. In comes the Keeper of the Light with a ton of burst damage. Champ is trying to heal through it, but the Spirit can bring in the Gyrocopter at a moment's notice. There they go, as FN is going to be stunned up. Keeper of the Light comes in from behind. The burst damage with the Gyrocopter being amplified by the Keeper of the Light is just too much, as the synergy makes extremely short work of a Dragon Knight. What can Dragon Knight do? He can't even get out of Dragon Tail. IO this time around goes back alone, which kind of puts Handsken's life in danger. Handsken very much the full support IO here, so he isn't gonna feed too much gold, but he will give away a lot of XP. Is still healing through everything, and in comes the Gyrocopter for the save, but not quite in time, as Hoodwink goes for the snipe, secures a level up from that, with how over-leveled as IO was. As Keeper of the Light there to defend the bottom lane, but Gyrocopter, he is mad. He says, stay off my support, and with the Bedlam from the Hoodwink, will just nuke down as the coordination. It's just off the charts. That's kind of the problem. 9 out of 10 times, if Yellow Submarine go for a good initiation or counter initiation, they're gonna get the IO out of it instead of the Gyrocopter. While Gyrocopter easily kills off the mid laner, easily kills off the Faces Void whenever he doesn't have a Chrono. And while Faces Void does have the smoke, instead goes over to the bottom lane hunting for kills, and Gyrocopter and IO will both be caught. Gyro just barely in the Chronosphere, as IO will be not quite going down. Handsken actually incredibly tanky. Xibbe comes in to try and save Gyrocopter's life. Gyrocopter with the missile will keep the Kunka stunned up. Doesn't quite kill off the Enchantress, and Gyrocopter does die before the Dark Willow turnaround can come out. Dark Willow gets the Enchantress for that at least, but it's already a 2-for-1, making that a 3-for-1 with the brief fire bonus damage from the Dragon Knight, as Keeper of the Light simply not able to do enough without a good jump on the Dragon Knight. But there's the good jump on the Dragon Knight I was talking about, as Xibbe has an ultimate, so he gets to survive for now. But Keeper of the Light gets X marks the spotted, and even with the Spirit Vessel, he does not have the damage for the Kunka. Nice high value kills on the Gyrocopter and the Keeper of the Light, with some excellent trades for Yellow Submarine, starting to facilitate a comeback. King farming some ancients, as in comes the Gyrocopter and says, "Hello sir, would you mind surrendering those ancients to me?" as Faces Void very much running out of there. With FN now holding the front line, he still has an ultimate, gets jumped by the Keeper of the Light, but an instant Blink Dagger will prevent him from dying to the Orchid. With the Bedlam though, Dark Willow diving deep will get the Dragon Knight, as Hoodwink dies to Atlantic as a follow-up kill, and Gyrocopter with the good homing missile still very much alive, as out comes the Stampede to counter the slows, and out comes a ton of damage from Gyrocopter to kill off the Kunkka before he gets the turnaround. A Centaur jumps the Enchantress for more, and Enchantress simply too squishy to survive the double edge. 5 still a long way away for that late game insurance, because if Gyrocopter falls off, it's gonna be a rough game, but so far Keeper of the Light making an excellent amount of space for the Gyrocopter and forcing a one-man ultimate from the Faces Void on top. But guess what? They say, Faces Void, you've used your ultimate, have an Orchid to the face, have some burst damage to the face, and down goes the Faces Void instantly. So this Orchid to control the Faces Void instantly paying off from the Keeper of the Light. Whereas Faces Void also going for a BKB, but quite a bit faster than the Gyrocopter is. So at least in that sense, there may be a timing where some really nice Chronospheres are written in the stars for the Faces Void. Well, Xibbe trying to make space for this Roshan will just go down for that. Instantly obliterate despite the Dark Willow ultimate. But I don't even think they know this Roche is going on, as that was definitely the push Yellow Submarine are doing. But Yellow Submarine, they have a long time to go till that late game. They're making space for as the Centaur War Runner ultimate will allow them to try and catch the Kunkka with a relocate. And out comes the homing missile to make sure Kunkka keeps locked in place, as Shad with a crit will get that kill. The heal misses on the IO, but back in on top they go, as IO ultimate relocates in the Gyrocopter and the IO. Gyro gets a double kill, gets a triple kill from that, but did lose his support at the very least. Maybe not even a triple, as Dragon Knight still trying to run away from the homing missile, but the homing missile only speeding up. Will it be enough damage? Nope, not quite. Dragon Knight just barely survives with that cloak being there to help him resist, but Rue gets jumped by the Centaur War Runner, will be killed off for one more, as at least Faces Void managed to time walk away, still has the BKB and the Chronosphere, but like I said, he can't chrono the Gyrocopter. So over on the other side of the map, and side gunnering them. So you can stun the Faces Void during his own Chronosphere with only a 10% chance, yes, but it is a pseudo-random chance. And Gyrocopter does have an insane amount of right-click damage in addition to attack speed. So King, as you can see, is just gonna get ran down by him. Though it did cost them 2 ultimates to be able to stay on top of the Faces Void that takes away the Chronosphere for 70 seconds or forces a Void buyback, one of the two. And I do think they kind of need the Chronosphere, as Kunkka, caught on the mid lane, barely avoids the Keeper of the Light burst damage, though he will be caught, will be knocked back into another route, and while Kunkka gets blown up on the mid lane by 3 heroes, as the core with the IO gets bonus kill, Shad with the IO gets him. Yeah, that's exactly what it does. Faces Void, on the other hand, wants a Skadi to deal with all of that insane healing from the IO, but Skadi is such an expensive item nowadays, so they need the smoke to land if he ever wants to get there. With a 3-man smoke around, and FN trying to set up, and Enchantress instantly gets bursted by the Gyrocopter instead, who did have to press his BKB for that, and is now chasing for more, as King not quite able to time walk off the missile. There is a Dragon Knight to try and keep him alive, and a one-man Chronosphere, but the one-man Chronosphere gets disrupted by the IO with a ton of heal, as the Skadi is not there yet. GG gets called, with Faces Void realizing, I am never going to be able to kill off this Gyrocopter. I will not have the damage to deal with Shad. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, it will be a bit of a stump, and it will be quite an overwhelming 2-0 for the side of Rest Farmers here, as Yellow Submarine, they may have